Greetings, friends and fellow cigar box guitar enthusiasts. Del Puckett here. And do you ever get frantic? I often find myself looking at the clock thinking, oh my gosh, there's no way I'm going to get done what I want to get done. And then you start like racing and thinking, okay, I just need to, and then next thing you know, everything's a mess. And then you're in like what they call the home stretch. You know, you're just like this close from being done. I find myself getting frantic and then just having to just like stop, time out, and just do absolutely nothing. Chill out. That's what I'm forcing myself to do right now, is to take a break, because man, I could feel my blood pressure. So this is like you're like in the home stretch. Okay, so right now we are taking a deep breath. Exhale. We're leveling out. Do you guys remember these boxes here? Now, you can find these pretty readily at cigar shops, whatever. This is like, the name of it here, yeah, it says Deluxe. Curly Head Deluxe. This is like a little bit smaller than the normal, I won't say the normal, but the other one. This is like the very first step down to the small. They make tiny little guys just like this here. But anyhow, so this box here is, I think they're good boxes. They're wooden boxes. You might look at these like, oh, they're vermin, because you see these everywhere. But they are good, solid boxes. Even though I will agree that after you build so many of these things, they begin to become like vermin. You know what I'm saying? It's like a dime a dozen. There's a little bit of cheapness that you associate. I do anyway with these boxes, and maybe that's just me. But so if that's the case, then I give you liberties, because I take liberties to do artistic things with them, such as the vineyard that hosted the Southwest Cigar Box Guitar Festival. I found a bunch of these labels for their wine bottles, and I paired that with some of the trim work that I found laying around here. That this color matches their theme here. I'll show you. I will show you the cellar where all of this, where all the wine and all the the labels are, and I will show you the stack that this trim piece came out of, and I will show you exactly how much they match up. Couple of things to note here. So see this little shelf right here? So on the original box, it comes with this little shelf here. Now, typically, I just grab my fingers here and I just push in here and just rip this thing out. In fact, you can see it comes out real easy. This one here, in this particular box, I was trying to get it out, and that thing was not coming out. So I'm like, oh, well, all right. And so all I did is I just used that as a shelf to put the bottom heel of the heel on, and of course I just screwed it in there. So what a simple design here that seemed to work. I was thinking I could probably go back and block it some more if I needed to, but seriously, I don't think so, because this one here, of course, I'm going to screw the hinge, the string catch, into the wood there. So that's what's going to hold this thing together. Of course, I'm going to put a piezo in here and then wire it to the jack. And just one sound hole, so you can see some of the on the insides there. But a couple of things that I noted here that maybe I would do differently next time is I would put the stickers on after I did all of my work instead of before. So I covered it with stickers, and then I had to slice it to get it open, and these edges here don't stick really good. So I'm gonna have to go back with it, back over it with some more stickers and or some glue, or maybe just cover the whole thing with some Scotch tape, packaging tape. This is going to be a fretless slider, and it's just a one piece, of course, with the heel. So it's very thin, but I do have a little bit of an elevation here. It's not quite the 1/4 inch that I normally get. It's just a tad bit short, but I'm gonna have a little bit high action, and it's just gonna be just a slider. So anyhow, all I have to do now is install the tuners, and then, well, obviously I gotta solder it up, put the pickup in it, solder it up, and then buckle it up, screw it, whatever, I can do all the extra stuff later, but as far as just functionality, putting my little hinge, and then a saddle, and a bolt. And of course the tuners. So, like I said, at the end of this video, I will show you the wine cellar and the wood, the stack of wood that I got that from. I think you might find that interesting. So stick around to the end of the video to see all that stuff. Before we get to the frantic part of this video, that's the time lapse where I bust this thing out. I wanted to remind you about the CBGitty link in the video description below. It's an affiliate link and promo code. You can use it to help support this channel and get discounts and get good quality parts at cbgitty.com. Yeah, so you can get these things too as well. All right, so I don't know if you can see the clock. We're going to time lapse it. Remember how everybody says, there are no rules. Or if there are rules, then you need to break all the rules. This is one of those rules that you can break whenever you like. So normally when we solder it up here, we get it soldering iron out and all the soldering, whatnot. But you don't always have to do that. On these ones here, these piezos, there is an embedded piezo right underneath here, wired directly to the jack. This is literally the most simplistic, efficient design here. It's just, and it's right underneath the saddle. So all of the information from the saddle is going to get transferred right into that piezo and right to the jack here. Now, like I said, normally we solder these here, but this one here, I just took this wire back and I braided it, and then I just wrapped it. I just wrapped it really tight, as tight as I could around its pole. So that ain't going nowhere, man. That is actually probably better than solder. So so if you don't have a soldering iron, or you don't know how to solder or whatever, you can just twist the wires, man, and that's gonna work. That's gonna work perfectly just fine. Custom size the saddle, and I just put it in approximately the right spot and approximately the right tilt. The strings on here, I have no idea what they are. I'm thinking that this is a D and a B and an E string from a normal set of guitar strings. I am tuned D, then the major third, and the fifth. So that makes an open chord. Now, I've not put any dots on here or nothing. I am just totally, at this point in time, I'm just searching for the notes, and then of course I'll put marks up here. That's a cool note. So like the 4 chords right around there somewhere. You can hear the octave. This is where I need my pencil. So right now I'm going to start lightly putting the marks. Again, I'm assuming that this is, and I just, again, like I said, I just put this kind of where it felt like it. Doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't matter. I do have a fifth above here, And if not, then I would just adjust this back a little bit, just to make sure that that fifth harmonic, where's that? It's right there. Enough of that. The point is that it doesn't matter what strings you put on here. Put whatever strings you got, right? And you can tell you just by tuning them up kind of where they want to be. Like I said, I assume this is a D string. I don't know that for sure, but it tuned up to D perfectly. So, and they're gonna stretch, and your ear's gonna play tricks on you. Okay, so like I said, at this point in time here, we're just kind of searching for the notes. We kind of know the vicinity of where the fourth and the fifth and the octave are. And again, the harmonics, you can find it with harmonics if you want. So I know the vicinity, right? It's right in here, these two spots. Again, the ear is the ultimate judge. So that's kind of where it's at. Okay, I got the three main major ones here, right? I got the 5th fret, the 7th fret, and the 12th fret. Now in between the 5th fret and the open string here, you can just bang away, dude. Okay, I'm out of tune, huh? I could probably go higher than this. This is D. Feels a little sloppy. These strings here, seems like they got a lot of wiggle in them still, so I'm gonna go up a little bit higher than D. Okay, so now we tuned it up to E, and this is the major third. And that major third is tuned a little bit flat, so it kind of sounds in the sweet spot. And then the 5th. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna have lots of fun with this. Okay, guys, so my first recommendation is just to have fun. And if you make mistakes, it's okay. Just kind of play through them and just follow the 12-bar blues, right? things I stress over and over and over again is learn to rely on your ear. You can use the tuner to get it, you know, close or whatever, but especially when you're doing like a third tuning, that major third, you got to go off the tuner, go a little bit flat. So I'm going to leave the top 2 strings ringing, the 1 and the 3rd, and the 5th, the high string, I'm going to use that one to find my notes here. I do have just a tad bit of reverb on here, just to kind of get a little bit of a sparkle. Now again, I'm just searching for the notes and I'm using my ear. Where's it? There. I try to memorize where they're at. Close your eyes, dude. Huh. Okay, that's the high string, and you can do the same thing for the middle string. On this one here, you got to curve your slide, kind of tilt it so that it's like pointing to the top side, and it's kind of like a little it's a little trick, right? That way you get the middle string, and you're skipping over the high string. So the high string is now open, ringing open, and I'm only catching the note on the middle string. You can do the same thing if you want to get on the low string. So at the beginning of this video, I promised you I would take you into the cellar and show you where I got all the stickers for this thing here and the trim wood. So let's go. So here we are at the vineyard. And I know you can't tell, but underneath this ground right here is the wine cellar. So I'll take you on a little tour here. So this is the inside the workshop. There's all the vats and stuff. I'll also put a little link to how we smash grapes here. Here's all the trim pieces that are left over. Notice the color on these things here. Notice the color. So the wine cellar access is this one here. It's a stairwell. It's a spiral staircase. Down. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Make sure you hold on to the rail. Got the dumbwaiter, fans, air conditioning. It's looking up. So if I turn around in here, you see this culvert. And I was telling you about all of the stickers for all the labels right here. So yeah. Marlo. See a little smiley face? So here we are in the inside of the winery, and notice the coloring of the trim pieces. Pretty much everywhere, right? Matches perfectly trim piece here. Ta-da! And of course the wine labels match the wine labels. How convenient. Yep. So we're gonna match perfectly in here, guys. We are going to match perfectly. All right, so where should I hang this thing here? Maybe right here? What do you think? Perfecto.